Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna do this glossy eye makeup. I'm gonna spritz off some Smashbox primer water before I start my makeup, and then I'm gonna use my Farsali's jelly highlighter to give that glow since it's a very glossy makeup. I'm blending it using a sponge. This is Murphy sponge. And then I'm going to use a serum primer because I want this whole look to be very hydrated and glowy. I'm going to use this Too Faced Plump and Prime primer, and then to color correct I'm going to use this Kevyn's SX14 shade concealer. This is kind of a foundation and a concealer, kind of multi-use product, but I'm using it to cover my hyperpigmentation because nothing else worked as good as this. And then I'm gonna highlight, neutralize the place where I've applied my Kevyn concealer using this Benefit's Boing Razor concealer. It's in the shade 9. It's a bit really light for me, but it's gonna all set in together once I start blending. I'm gonna use a sponge to blend in all this together. For my foundation, I'm going to use my Dior foundation in the shade 5N and 4W. The mixture of this is going to give me a perfect blend of colors. Like, one was too dark and the other one was way too light for me, so I started mixing them in a proportion where it's going to suit me. This is very lightweight, like watery. Have you ever tried the MAC Face and Body? This is one of such kind of foundations because it's really hydrating and glowy looking, but this one is workable, like you can use for oily skin person, but I don't think MAC Face and Body is suitable for oily skin because that's way too oily for me. The finish of it looks super natural and it doesn't even feel like I was wearing any foundation on my skin. And to highlight my concealer, like I'm using a highlighting concealer from Tarte. It's in the shade Tan Sand. It's a bit light for me, but then workable. And then I'm going to use my contour from Huda Beauty Tanto in the shade Medium. I'm gonna apply wherever I want my face to look chiseled. I'm gonna use Rare Beauty's liquid blush in the shade Love. It's very difficult, like once it dries up really quickly, and once it dries up it doesn't move, so you have to make sure you apply it one side at a time. And it's such a beautiful blush. It stays on the whole day and it's super natural looking and it's matte. There are other like the same line has dewy foundations as well, so have to check out the finish of it before you buy. And I'm gonna use this Jaclyn Hill's Rouge Romance palette for my powder blush. I'm gonna use that orangey shade to top off over the liquid blush I applied before. So this way it's gonna last, like apply everything liquid and then top it off with powder. Your makeup is gonna last entire day. For the bronzer, I'm gonna use this reddish toned bronzer from Iconic. I'm not sure what shade it is. I'll leave it in the description box below. I'm gonna apply it on the outer perimeters of my face, and it's gonna change the whole look. Like when you add a lot of powder, and this bronzer is gonna give you that warmth and give back the life to your face, because foundation and powder just washes off all the shapes of your face. It looks really flat. So once you apply the bronzer, it's gonna look perfect. I'm dusting off all the excess powder which I used for baking under my eye and around my cheek area. Once I'm dusting off all these things, I'm going to use my powder highlighter from Benefit. It's the Cookie highlighter. I'm not sure the shade as well. I'm going to leave all the shades down in the description box below. This is a beautiful highlighter even for daytime. It's super nice, super smooth, super soft. Not much of glittery, chunky glitters. So I really love this one. And for my eye, I have gone and taken a little bit of the bronzer color which I applied from Iconic on my crease area, as you see, to add a little bit of color because I'm going to apply something else on it. Now I'm going to set my face using the Benefit Professional Setting Spray all over my face to set my makeup in. I'm going to dry it up real quick, and then I'm going to use my Too Faced lip gloss. It's a glittery lip gloss, but I thought this would look really nice on the eyelid, so I'm gonna apply it using my brush. As you see, super gorgeous and super nice. And one thing I didn't like is that, you know, it gets kind of clunked up a little here and there, so that way it's a no-no for humid weathers. But if you're gonna stay in air conditioned rooms, or if in a cold place, it's gonna look really beautiful. And I wouldn't recommend for people, you know, have too much of crease lines on the eye, like if your eyes are droopy. I just wanted to give it a try, and yeah, it quite worked okay, but after some time I had to touch up a little. And then now I'm, you know, tinting my eyebrows, like I'm filling in all the brow lines using my Benefit Precisely Brow Pencil. Very gently on the inner corners and shading all over the eyebrows. The second half I go a little, you know, harder, so that the color gets on the brows. Now I'm gonna set everything using my brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the transparent gel brow gel, but it's like the 24-hour set brow setter or something, I guess that's the one. And then for my lips, I'm gonna line it using my MAC lip liner in the shades Chestnut. It's the deep brown color. Yeah, there's a lot of talking going on there. And then lining the bottom lips as well. And for my lipstick, I'm going with a peachy tone to match the whole look. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I guess it's Catherine. I'm using a lip brush to, you know, blend everything along with the lip liner. And for the plumpy glossy look, I'm going to use this Too Faced lip injection, the original one, to give that glossy plumped look. This one is it works amazing, but I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss better. But this one's a plumping one, so I would recommend, you know, have the mini one if you'd like to have it. It kind of makes your lip a little plumper, but not for a long time. That's the finished look, guys. Hope you liked it. Meet you on another one. Bye, guys.